Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Distant Worlds 2, episode number 32, I think. Or thereabouts. So we're going to start off this episode with something a little bit different. We're going to do... there's been this discussion. By the way, I'm now on... I went to the beta branch just to pick up 1.043. Because it does improve performance. I'm seeing much better performance again. You can tell Elliot and Eric are working behind the scenes, trying to get that all going. So thank you to them for continuing to do that. Now, in the meantime, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and make the very bold decision that we're going to actually not automate the population policy. And so let me go ahead and turn this off in the global settings. I think this is what I need to do. Colonies, manual. So what we're going to do, because I don't trust the game I should trust the game at least one time, but I'm actually worried about the repercussions of trusting them and then the fallout if it doesn't work out the way I want it, is we're going to turn on manual control. Okay, how many do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 staying home. Here we have 3 staying home. Here we have 2. And there we have 2. That's perfect, actually. Now what we're going to do is start setting up we're going to set all these to manual. So I want to go to all these. Good. Good. And now we're going to go ahead and say, this is so... I think it's resettles what I want. I want both do not accept and resettle. But let's say do not accept for now. Here we go. We're the last one at Z, so this is gonna be a lot of clicking. Now you know why I didn't want to do it. Okay, that wasn't so bad. We can apply this to all this policy to all colonies, and then what we'll do is we will actively switch that when we want to take over a different planet. So now at this point we can just start. I am going to start gobbling up different places and then just manually manipulating each colony thing, and I'm only able to apply that I'm only able to apply that policy globally one time, really, because every new colony we acquire, assuming it's not another Xenox one, which it most likely won't be at this point, we'll have to just go and set that manually. And I think it'll start good that it does not accept most. Sorry to say, and you know what, I can probably just read this. I might even do it here on camera together. Colony population policies. Simply means to accept this race into your empire. This is the default setting. Do not allow migration of this race to this colony. This will prevent passenger ships from dropping off migrants. Resettle is actively migrate this race away from the colony to other colonies that will accept them. Passenger ships will pick up this race from the colony. I guess that resettle, so to me it's just not clear. If you have resettle on, will migration be allowed in, but they will just work to move them out? It's not clear essentially the Venn diagram overlap of do not accept and resettle. Does not accepting mean that resettle also does not accept? Like, what does it mean, do not accept? That means that they can stay there, but no more will grow? Unfortunately, it's just a little unclear, but I think that it sounds like it should be that do not accept means no more will be accepted. And resettle sounds like it'll be essentially do not accept plus anybody who's already there, we also want to move them off. So I probably could have chosen resettle instead of... You know what, we'll just do it as an experiment, and I'll just complain to high heaven if it doesn't work out the way I think it should. Okay, so let's go and do this. Alright, apply policy to all colonies. Good. Okay, so that's our thing, and now we can actually go and just start acquiring new colonies. So let's get our troops ready and let's just start invading places. Or I guess this one I want to get to these people. Born in Con. Let's just get them over here, I guess. Independent colonies. Born in Con. Is this... Where's Actarian colony? Born in... Proximity. This should be it then. Yeah, Belarian. Okay, so our relation with them is improving. I want to speak with them, and I need to start doing something. Probably in the form of monetary gifts. Okay, so... let's just give them 10,000 for now. I think I can do it. Is there no way to click? Okay, I guess not. We'll do one. What do you think of this deal? Okay, good. So +2. We appreciate your kind gifts, but you have given us gifts. Should stay with us for a while. All right. So we just spent 10,000, but we are now targeting Belarian as a new colony, which only makes sense, right? Let's incorporate these guys. So we'll just have to send them some gifts every now and then, and hope that our reputation doesn't go down anymore. But I think we'll be okay. I really hate the reputation screen because I really hate the way this is polluting my display. So let's go back to anything else, this is fine. Let's take a look at our other colonies. So now we can do migration treaties, which means that we can do research treaties, which means we can become better friends with people. Everything's going to be okay. Alright, so the next thing we want to look at is research. We're pretty close, at least we were pretty close before that 10,000 donation. To being able to crash research this, it's at 85,000. We're now at 56 instead of 66. Well, science is still progressing nicely, so it's not a big deal. What else do we want to cover? I guess we don't really need to. Oh, yes, we do. Okay, so all our ship designs are all fantastically upgraded, which is wonderful. Let's try to pick only V2 things for a while so I don't have to do that again. But except for there's just one exception. And by the way, I don't know if I... At some point these small spaceports will be upgraded, and then we won't have designs of them anymore. Looks like the small spaceport... Oh, it's of course, there's none of them because all of them are the 2-6 still. I was like, why is this one obsolete? Bunch of mining stations. No, not really. So it looks like we can obsolete these older ones since there's none of them. They've all been upgraded, which is fine by me. This one is also not in use. Very weird that I even have that design then. Is it? I mean, it's... It's using all technology we have. But I think it's worse than what we have now. So it says it's in use, but it's not really. I'm going to obsolete it. Just make my life easier. That's what I'd like to do as much as possible. Looks like we have a few frigates here which are no longer in use, so we'll just obsolete them. They've probably been upgraded over, I think I went through and was like manually upgrading or actually trading them in. So let's get rid of these escorts, which is going to make my life a lot easier. And a cruiser, an automatic cruiser has been designed. How interesting. So let's take a look at what we're going to be dealing with here, but I'll probably create one from scratch. Or I guess I could just edit. No, and then I have to deal with this. So we'll probably do ours from scratch. So we have two 270s in the front, which I think that everyone's on the same page here. That those are going to be Mega Blasters. Large, I hope. Is that what they were set for? Yeah, large star beams. They actually put 1 point defense here, but there's 2 point defenses on the side, which to me make a lot more sense. And these are all actually really big weapons. And then there's a 270 on the back. Then there's another 270 on the back. Alright, let's just do it this way. So large in front, medium to the side, or large to the side, large to the side. $270 in the back, $270 in the back. Oh, interesting. And then we have 225s facing backwards. What I think is going to happen is at least one of these 270s will be point defense along with the 225s facing forward. So we'll have 3 point defense things on this. These 225s will probably be, I'm guessing those will be concussion missiles or something. And one of these will also be a concussion missile. Unfortunately, those are all size 19. So pretty small. And unfortunately, these are bigger, and they're pretty well positioned for point defense, though. Unfortunately. I mean, if we want forward-facing point defense, one of these has to be... One of these 4 has to be point defense. I guess if we wanted to... I could do something else. No, I just don't like asymmetry. Like, I don't like the... I could put, like, point defense on one side, and then missiles on the other, which means that we just... You know, we want to veer starboard so the port side's showing, and then this... the point defense is helping, and the missiles can curl around because they're guided. However, I don't really like to do that, just because I don't control the ships, and I don't know how that. And it's very situational. You can get yourself into a situation where you don't want to be making a turn starboard. And can you still call it starboard in space when it's 3-dimensional? Like, what do you call up and down? I guess you switch over to space or to airplane. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense because there's not really a... Well, they probably do orient to some plane. Just define this as your horizontal. Anyway, let's design our own. I really want to design my own. This is going to be really exciting. So that's the first thing on the menu today. I guess we could call it a cruiser. They took that name, darn it. Light cruiser. I'm going to call this a light cruiser, of course. It's going to be a light cruiser, and we get to design it from scratch, which, yeah, that makes me happy. I'm very happy with that. Command center is... So we haven't gotten the V2 of this? That's surprising to me. Okay, we'll leave it for now. Next up is hyperdrive. We could actually put hyper deny on these. That's interesting. Ooh, that's interesting. Hyper deny only of 3,000, but that's not bad. Considering, well, I guess it is bad because weapon ranges themselves are usually around 3,000. So that it would only be people in contact with this cruiser, which means that in order for this to be effective, really what would have to happen is, and it makes sense, by the way, to make this hyper deny like pretty difficult. It might be better to put it on our escorts, honestly, and then just have like a... We could have a few very, very support role type escorts, which have like hyper deny and shields and point defense, and like aren't expected to fight. The thing is, the way the combat breaks down, I don't usually see intelligent decisions made about things like escorts sticking with frigates or like hiding behind them and just using their support. I mean, the AI is not intelligent enough to use the capabilities that are here. But the game is really built to be played. There's no manual queuing of orders still. The game is just built to be played automatic, with automated fleet control. Okay, anyway, let's move on. I plan on doing damage control. There it is. So that was a better damage control unit, now that I'm thinking about it, on that other design we were looking at prior to this. We'll need some fuel cells. I'm actually not sure whether or not I want to put... Well, this is not going to have it. We need to put engines on before it can do anything. But yeah, let's go ahead and just put those engines on. How many spots can we have? We can have all 5. Oh, wonderful. Awesome. Okay, so this is probably pretty fast, but that speed will downgrade or degrade very quickly in the face of all the other stuff we're going to start throwing on, like weapons, armor, shields, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the Megatron Z shields, yes, these will be the lifeblood. Let's do 3 enhanced armors and 1 sheath. Seems like a very solid design. Okay, let's get some sensors on. Now, do I want to... yeah, this is pretty straightforward, I think. I think we'll still stick with the crystal sensors. They're nice for a lot of reasons, but they're better than the short-range ones, and they're small. So put those there. Target tracking, I think that's just another important one to improve our hit percentages. Okay, so now we have the option of doing a trace jammer or a trace scanner. We could probably put both on. And they're small, it's only 10 to get both. Okay, I like this. I think that's actually good. Let's go, well, I probably should keep all components up, or maybe let's just go over to weapons directly. Okay, we got a lot of weapons here, but what do I want? Well, first of all, let's start off with the front. We want at least one. Probably both of these are going to be the super heavy-duty Starbeam 45. That's gonna wreck things so badly. Range of 2380. It's got such long range, especially compared to the other ones. Like this one has a range of 1580. And the small has a range of... Okay, they both have 1580. So the larger Starbeam has this nice longer range. I think that's great. I think we're going with the Sentinel multi-beam point defense, right? Let me save this design as soon as I can. It's got to have... Oh, reactors. Okay, yeah. But it has hyperdrive. Okay, maybe it doesn't count it as having hyperdrive because there's no reactors. So doesn't have any speed. We'll go get you a few reactors. Looks like 2 might even be sufficient, which is good. And this is finally where the fusion reactor is paying off, by the way, because I'm pretty sure we would need 3 of the other reactors. We've been seeing, like, we're leaving ships, I think most of them have 2 still. And it's just like a ton of wasted energy. So finally, the light cruisers where we get the payoff on all this extra power. It's the first one where I think we're actually cutting down the reactors. But mind you, the fusion reactors are smaller anyway, so they have their own benefit. We want one of these. Oh, we can't get away with just one. That's amazing. And yeah, so how much space do we have? Pretty much none. So basically what we have here is itself probably not viable because we don't have enough space to do all the things I really want to do. So let me rethink this. There's 1, 2, yeah, okay. So 2 crew systems is basically exactly what we're going to need. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to touch any more of the design base since we're quickly running out of space on this thing. I could probably take off a quantum engine. I mean, we only have 20 space available for... And all we have is 2 million... Yeah, we gotta... So it's 60-68. It's not terrible. Turn rate is not great. Pop off 1 engine. Okay, let's get some more weapons on this thing, please. Okay, so let me save it and go off to the research screen where I can figure out what's going on with our weapons. Yeah, so we have this buckler repeater, but I just don't think it's going to be very good. Oh my gosh. I think I did the wrong one. Oh boy, okay, let me see how much different is this compared to the one I want, because I'm pretty sure I want the long range. Okay, this one has a range of 880. Intercept stuff is like 28 a second. This one has 25 a second, but 1150. Shots per volley is 4. Shots per volley is 4. So fire rate is 7.2. Fire rate is 8. It's not really that much. This one's called efficient point defense. I don't really care about efficiency. Damage at max range is 0.8. Damage at max range is 1.13. It's pretty good, and it has longer max range. I don't know. Every time I look at this, I just feel like the Sentinel multi-beam is the way I want to go. Long-range point defense also has a huge benefit. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to go this way. It has a huge benefit that our ships can actually have overlapping fields of fire more often. So to me, this is just a no-brainer. We have to do this. I don't understand. Advanced beam. No! Oh no, it's not working. Oh no. I'm pretty sure that long-range point defense is supposed to accept improved star beams as a prerequisite instead of advanced beam focusing. It is not. It is not. Well, I guess okay, so we can't do the one I want to do. Now I actually have to compare the railgun point defense down here instead. This one actually does have a longer range, and it has more. Sorry, point defense. There we go. 630. Okay, that's more like it. It has a shorter range, which is what I was expecting. It also has less damage at max range, which is also a bit surprising. 12% per 1,000. So we're looking at 1.37 and 0.63. 0.63. This one is at the next tier, so what if I compare apples to apples? This is 730, 1.37, 0. Okay, it doesn't change, but the bottom perhaps does, 22.22. Yeah, 21.39. So let's compare this one, 22.22, and then 1481. 22, wow, it's just way better. I think it might come down to the fact that this is maybe it doesn't. Why is this one not just in every way better? Intercept target is plus 35%. Oh boy. Max range accuracy is 44. That's just terrible. They call that efficient? I call that garbage. Yeah, this one's even worse. 35%. I don't understand. I'm going crazy. What the hell is going on? Maybe we go with fast missiles. What do you offer? Oh, you're terrible. You have such low percentages. I guess the one advantage is that these are basically super long range. Gosh, man, my favorite is hands down the long range point defense energy weapons. Anybody who's played this and has a strong opinion on it, yeah, please let me know. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. What about this linked point defense battery? This sounds really cool, so let's investigate it. It looks really good. It has low max range accuracy, 0.91. I like it. 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 I think this is what we're going to go for. So dual phase point defense. This is the one we want, which is going to be size 14 as opposed to 13, as opposed to 10. Efficient. I get it. That's why it's efficient. Because size of 10. Well, I mean, it's not really glorious, but we could make our cruisers kind of like the Rule of Waves. I make my, you transition from dual purpose guns on the escort ships to having like just pure either medium or light AA on your capital ships, the ones you really want to protect. I could take that kind of approach here and put efficient point defense on my cruisers. Yeah, so they will be we need the energy efficient, we need the space efficiency in space because they're just really cramped for space. There, I said it 4 times. Okay, so let's go back down here and try to add this really terrible point defense stuff. Can you sort by point defense? I guess here you probably can. Or maybe not. IN is intercept. I think. Okay, so now we have all the options here. Well, I guess I didn't consider a blocking field generator. This is not space efficient at all. Then this only... Okay, it does. No, that's not really what I want. Ion Blaster has a range of only 590, so if I thought the other ones were short-ranged... I don't think that one's going to work out for us. Buckler, this is the prime candidate. It does look better. And then point to... Yeah, it's pretty easy to look here. Man, the speed of these things is only 350. This one is at least 1100. And again, it's space efficient. Okay, so we're going to go with this. Unfortunately, this is going to be lots of the space on our ship. Ugh, gross. So I think I'll add one to the rear, and then do we have enough space? We have 12. Damn. Can we get a missile on? That's I knew that too. One way we could get around this is if I chose to sacrifice a shield for more armor, or I just simply remove an armor. Then we'll be down to 22. Or I could get rid of either the trace jammer or the trace scanner. Okay, this is my thought on this. I don't actually think we need the trace. Oh no, we have to get rid of both. What am I saying? I think I might do that though. So we don't really need the point defense. I mean, we don't really need. I guess we don't really need the point defense. It's true. Wait a second. We don't need the point defense. If I'm okay with it, what I could do... I'm starting to think crazy things. What if we got rid of these point defense things, put 1 point defense forward, 1 point defense back, call that good enough, and then tried to put... I guess it would be 2. We'd be sacrificing 1 large for 2 mediums, and I don't like that, actually. I prefer the 2 large. I think that's just so powerful. 2 large star beams is just gonna melt people. So maybe I don't... God. I wish that these 2 were merged into one 270 facing forward. Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm in an infinite loop. Because we could just not defend our rear. Just eliminate that one. It will be... Let's see. I don't know exactly what this arc is. It looks like it'll end up being like a 45-degree arc. I'm guessing that this is... Yeah, this really doesn't show you what this arc is. So it'll probably be something like a 45 or a 30-degree arc behind us that won't be covered if I do it this way. But I will be able to get, you know, my missile facing backwards. And hell, how much do we need to get a concussion missile, medium concussion missile facing backwards? Because that's what I really want. That's the ultimate. Oh, you can't because they're all small. Damn it. Alternatively, I could do this the other way around entirely. I could say, okay, you know what? We're going missiles. Or I could just say, you know what? We're going full on star beams everywhere. Almost. Oh, we can do it. That's nuts. Okay, so let me take one of these off. I think I'm actually going to do this. This is nuts, but this thing is just going to be a... Oh, no, not that. And then we can get 1 point defense facing forward. Okay, we can't yet, but we'll figure out a way to make it work. We will figure out a way to make it work. There's almost nothing we can cut. Wait a second. Damn it. It'll be 1 short. Okay, interceptors. It is the lowest. So let's put it on there. And we're just 3 over. which means that switching this multi-vector to the other one only saves us 2. So close. Let's go to armor and see if there's maybe some kind of thing. Can I just get rid? I can probably just get rid of one of the armors. Not ideal, but I think that's what we'll have to do. And that'll leave us with... still, it'll leave us with 7 unused. Which is not a great number. I think this thing is going to be fine. I don't know if we really need... Let me save and exit and just look at the other ships again. So, okay, let's go back to latest buildable. Let's go over to our destroyer. Where's that destroyer? Sort by role. Fleet destroyer. Okay, let me take a look at you. So you have 1, 2, 3 shields and then 4 armor. So I think that might be the thing I go and do on these cruisers as well. Yeah. Okay, so let's do it that way because that'll save a little space. Let's do 4 armor and 3 shields. And it has the ability to repair faster because it has the damage control unit, which will make these, if armor takes any damage, it'll be less of a hit overall. Okay, so now we have 15 available, which means we can do point defense facing backwards if we want. Can't quite do a missile. Actually, if we do point defense facing backwards, I will be able to put on the trace scanner again. Which is, I guess that's exciting, isn't it? Okay, let's do this. So, we get our 1 more buckler facing backwards. So this thing is just only has one purpose, to shoot large starbeam lasers and just melt whatever it's going to face. It's not a particularly long-range ship, though. So we'll have to remember these cruisers, these light cruisers at least, are kind of meant to be super big brawlers. With the speed being a little bit lower than I would like it to for something which needs to close the range. Now, close the range in terms of capital ship type stuff, light cruisers and higher, because you still have a range of 2380 or something like that. What was it? Yeah, 2380. I must have seen that in my peripheral vision or something, because how would I remember that? Well, I said it earlier, so who knows? It was just in my brain. It was in the cache, I guess. It was retrieved quickly. Okay, let's save this thing, and this is good to go. So let's make sure that wow, we got it on the dot. Of course, that's always, as Rule the Waves lore has taught me, or the superstitions. Once you're on the dot, it's good to go. It's gonna be expensive. Not surprising. It gets all the hyperdrive. Is it missing anything? Fuel range is good. It's almost 1,000K, 1 billion, like a tera, whatever. I don't know how the fuel range changes. Does it always just give this number? Is it 1,000 M? Yeah, I think so. So it's almost 1 km, 1,000 million. And defense stuff. Let's see. Okay, we have good point defense, I think. Wow, the damage is going to be just insane. It says only 25.3, but and bombardment, it's decent at that too. All right, well, I just don't think that there's a super huge improvement that I'm missing from this. There might be some better way of doing it, but it might come down to at this point that this is a very good design, and you can make alternative very good designs. Which you definitely could. If you don't want to go starbeam focused, then yeah, don't. Choose maybe a missile focus, a long range something. I mean, we have the medium fighter port, which I'm not really taking advantage of. I haven't done enough research on that. Anyways, we did just spend almost the whole episode debating about the light cruiser, so let me advance time at 4x, and we'll do those migration trees now when they come up. It's nice to still be not at war. Because I haven't looked at the resource shortages for a while. And although okay, what's going on here? Let's keep going, but dismiss that. Yeah, so look at this. Defense packs, intelligence, migration. Accept. Accept. There it is. Now, we did also just limit our ability to expand to those places, but next time we get into a war with either of these guys, which we can probably just declare one whenever we want, what we'll end up doing is just trying to conquer some of their colonies. So now we can actually conquer. We don't have to just bombard. I don't want to live in a species. Okay, I guess one planet would be good to have of... Oh, that's right. I was like, what the Montarans doing? Their home planet is... Well, right, because we destroyed their home planet. But I think it'd be good to have one of these. And I think of the two, the Montarans, what the hell's their name? Blanking on it. Boscarans, right? Wait. Yeah, Boscarans. Yeah, so it would probably be good to have Boscarans in our empire just because those are slightly more, slightly better ground troops. So then we can start getting really good ground troops. So that would be useful because our Xenox people do not fight particularly well. It's a cat fight, right? It's not a barroom brawl. It's not like a scorpion fight. There's a reason why it's called a cat fight. So, okay, well, we're making progress. We're making money. We can probably do this now. Shave off less than a year on it. Which might not be worth it. Well, I mean, it's going to be the same amount of money per research anyway, so no reason not to do this, other than the fact that we won't be able to build the new light cruiser that we just designed. But that's fine. And I want to go back to the design screen just to make sure I don't have that on automatic. Yeah, do not auto-design this. Let me design it. Make sure that they didn't mess up anything. Yeah, looks good. Wonderful. Moving forward. Are our spies all doing something? Yes. Fast hump So we want to get the migration treaty. Yeah, so now that our colonies are set to good policies, go ahead. We'll decline this because they're apparently we're going to offer them technology, which we don't need to offer them. Let's go over to these guys. Now, what we could do is actually get research for Actarians, and I think that might be worth it at this point because we're going to be friends with, well, I mean, we're going to take their colonies, and yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons why we might start investing in diplomacy for the Actarians. Now, how much would that be? We already have effective diplomacy. Okay. Well, it's good to know, but I'm not sure that's worth doing. And then okay, who are you attacking? Oh, so this guy's gonna get hit by my station though. And wow, we actually got advanced. Wait. Okay, so Mac did advanced bombardment. Let's have him continue to do advanced bombardment. Oh, somebody was caught. And not my double agent either. Dang it. What was it? Dang it. Advanced bombardment. Oh. Who was it from? Oh. Well, probably because they just captured one of my guys, so let's go somewhere else. Advanced point defense. Okay. Is somebody already doing that, though? Well, I don't see anybody on the list doing it, so assign. Fast was researched, which is good. That was good old Yak. Reliable to the end. Yeah, we're gonna have a hard time doing, I think, anything with them until until this works its way out. But we can probably just do this, steal research information about exactly Actarians, since we're now kind of interested in that. Okay, so Bhaskarian consciousness, we could go talk to them. They're not going to be friendly, but we can actually try to get him back. I think I might do that. We will give you a special location. No. We'll give you contact with the hive. And also these guys. Alright, good. We got him back. Let's see what his situation is, though. Well, I don't know. Maybe we stopped him from being, like, tainted by getting him back right away. So I still want to still research, but let's try the humans. Yeah, let's get the human stuff. So that will be interesting as well. Okay, good. So we kind of salvaged that situation. Maybe. Could be. It's one way of looking at it, at least. I don't know which map mode I really want. I want one which doesn't have like any of this stuff lighting up, basically. Yeah, this is fine. My goodness, Koopy. Okay, so this was an exposure. Now, Koopy combined military command. So I don't think we're going to be able to go back for the Bhaskarians for a while. Let's just start stealing other technology where it is available. Yeah, interesting. Here we could go with we can go with Equimeno. That would be worthwhile. Now that we're on a new mission to actually start incorporating these colonies. And we're going at 4x speed. We're doing great. Is that one of those things where you're like saying, we're doing great? Yeah, just tell people we're doing great. Just pretend we're doing great. Alright, new research has been done. Dark Moon... Okay, Dark Moon intruders have been eliminated. I don't think we'll miss them. And we got this research. So now we're on to efficient transactions. I honestly think we want... no, that's right. We can't get this stupid large point defense because of the stupid tech tree mess up, which I probably should report as a bug. Then it might actually be fixed in time for me to get this and have it mean something. But in the meantime, do we want to do efficient transactions? I might want to do colony stuff. Because eventually we are going to have humans, and then we want our colonies to have... Plus we can eventually get the better terraforming facilities. Money is pretty important, though. Let's do this one still. Just to see if it pays dividends. I don't know if it will. Okay, they're offering to sell me the Mertalon. No, it's too expensive. Any pirates who we aren't already friends with, we're not going to pay for protection money. We just have too much power for that. Okay, it's weird because this notification came after I paused the game. How can an attack be in progress if... So it's still these guys, they're still like checking out my mining station. But I don't think that they'll be able to defeat it. It's 384 and these guys are weaker than that. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about this. Oh, it's way down there still. I probably do need to use the station down there just to build like a single destroyer. Anyway, we have ultra dense projectiles. Let's go back and look at that one. Have they like become less suspicious? I don't think so. Dang it. I'm trying to use my other hand to scroll because I don't want carpal tunnel. Because they offer no scroll wheel. I mean, they offer no scroll bar. Yeah, 71%. That's just not a very good deal. Maybe this is an opportunity for us to go through the list and see what everyone has. Yeah, like we could get these. I haven't built them yet, so there's something to say against it, but I'm gonna need it eventually, right? In theory. So Beta Coppola, let's come back to them. And that's just languages, ultra. You can actually keep going. Do it. Great. Not bad. I'm gonna try to zip on for another minute or two here. Uh-oh. Okay, the Montarans. Boy, they are very unlucky. After having their home planet wiped out, the last thing they needed was spreading it to different systems, too. Or different colonies or whatever. Yeah, that's a good thing about us. We have, like, no colonies for anything to happen. They're offering to sell us humans. See, I'm in the process of getting that. If you would just choose something where I didn't already invest time to steal it, I might say yes. But then, on the other hand, I'm pretty much researching the only things I'm pretty much stealing the only things I would want to research anyway. Okay, hidden skyjackers have now been eliminated. Man, the Montarans are on a tear. They probably built up a military to defend against me, and then they're like, oh, what do we do with this? They also have very good ground troops, so I don't know if that doesn't really matter for pirates, I guess, so never mind. Forget what I said. Yeah, I mean, it's still true that they have very good ground troops. And that's why it's easier just to reduce their home planet to dust than to actually try to conquer it. So we probably would benefit from being more friendly with the Atuks, I think. We'll accept a galaxy sharing thing. These might end up being our, like, they're the most natural allies to me because they're not in my neighborhood of expansion. Okay, this is from Akdarian territory. Okay. Can go back to that and just continue to take it. 94% is pretty good. Hey, Mac took advanced point defense from the Xenox. Good. Try that again. 95%, pretty good. Is this still at this station? Yeah, they're not really even damaging it. It's pretty funny. Okay, so we have this basic from the Galaxies. Let's do that again. %, my goodness. So how exactly is this working? Is this just a total stalemate? Look at, okay, fine. Look, I don't. Oh, it's. I keep forgetting it's the one down there. So where's my station here? Don't I have a station? I thought I did, but then I looked for it the other time, and I'm in a spaceport. Do I have a spaceport of some kind? Let me actually just go through my construction yards. So let's. Why is that flashing? Stop flashing. Okay. That one. That one. That one. Ah, it's here. And then back. Okay. So this one, we might want them to build a cruiser that I mean, like, could a destroyer even make that journey? We'll just discover this and then have to end this episode, but 878. I don't know because there's no ruler, but all right. Anyways, let's wrap this one up here. I'll figure out how to deal with these constant incursions in Exian. I guess next time. Until then, thanks for watching. Stay safe and take care.